Traveling is a wonderful way to explore new cultures, broaden horizons, and gain valuable experiences. However, there are certain destinations that come with unique challenges and risks that make them less than ideal for tourism. One such place is North Korea, a reclusive and authoritarian country known for its isolationist policies and strict government control. While some adventurous souls may be drawn to the intrigue of visiting such an enigmatic nation, there are compelling reasons why you should think twice before considering a trip to North Korea. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into 5 key reasons why venturing into the Hermit Kingdom might not be a wise decision. Five reasons why you should never visit North Korea. Number 1. Lack of personal freedom and human rights violations. One of the most concerning aspects of North Korea is its abysmal human rights record. The regime of Kim Jong-un has been widely criticized for its suppression of basic freedoms, lack of political rights, and widespread human rights abuses. Visitors to the country are subject to constant surveillance, restrictions on movement, and limited interactions with locals. Any attempt to engage in open conversations about politics, society, or even mundane matters can lead to serious consequences. For those who value personal freedoms and respect for human rights, North Korea's oppressive environment can be both distressing and morally conflicting. Number 2. Propaganda and controlled narrative. The North Korean government exercises strict control over the information its citizens and visitors receive. Tourists are often subjected to carefully curated tours that showcase only the positive aspects of the country, presenting an idealized image that is far from the harsh reality faced by the North Korean people. Visits are tightly choreographed, and tourists are only allowed to see what the government wants them to see. This manipulation of information makes it nearly impossible to form an accurate understanding of the country's true conditions, leading to a skewed perception that perpetuates the regime's propaganda. Number 3. Risk of arbitrary detainment. The risk of arbitrary detainment is a serious concern for anyone considering a visit to North Korea. The case of Otto Warmbier, an American student who was arrested, sentenced to hard labor, and ultimately returned to the United States in a coma, highlighted the potential dangers of traveling to this reclusive nation. While tour companies may assure visitors of their safety, the lack of transparency and accountability within the North Korean judicial system leaves travelers vulnerable to being used as pawns in the country's political games. Number 4. Limited interaction with locals. Engaging with local people is often one of the most enriching aspects of travel, allowing us to learn about different cultures and ways of life. However, in North Korea, tourists have minimal interaction with locals and are generally only exposed to government-selected individuals who are tasked with portraying a positive image of the country. Genuine interactions and insights into the daily lives of North Koreans are almost impossible to achieve due to the controlled nature of the tourist experience. This lack of authentic engagement significantly diminishes the value of the travel experience. Number 5. Supporting an oppressive regime. Tourism, while often a means of economic growth for many countries, has a more complex impact when it comes to North Korea. Money spent by tourists is closely monitored and controlled by the government, and a significant portion of the funds from tourism activities directly support the regime's activities, including its nuclear ambitions. This ethical dilemma poses the question of whether visiting North Korea inadvertently contributes to the continuation of an oppressive regime that systematically violates human rights. While the allure of exploring the unknown and witnessing a reclusive nation's way of life may intrigue some, the risks and ethical considerations associated with visiting North Korea far outweigh the potential benefits. The lack of personal freedoms, human rights violations, controlled narratives, arbitrary detainment, risks, limited interactions with locals, and the ethical dilemma of supporting an oppressive regime all contribute to the compelling reasons why one should never visit North Korea. As responsible global citizens, it is essential to consider the impact of our actions on the world, especially when it comes to supporting regimes that violate basic human rights. Instead of being lured by the mystique of North Korea, travelers seeking enriching experiences should consider destinations that offer genuine interactions, cultural exchange, and a more responsible approach to tourism. In doing so, we can promote positive change and contribute to a world that values freedom, transparency, and human dignity.